Hi, Will. Welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-April 2025 love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a bridging the gap spread, and the way it works is to look at the past, present, future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well with some additional insight, and that's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to refer to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the 10 of Arrows. So this is Gemini energy here. This could just be saying that in the past you might have actually communicated to this person that you wanted to end things. Now, with this deck, it doesn't necessarily have to mean that, because what always stands out with the artwork is we see the 9 arrows together, which makes you think of the 9 of Swords or 9 of Arrows energy, which could point to just feeling overwhelmed, right? Maybe a little bit anxious. And then we see the 1 sword by itself, or arrow in this case. So it could just be saying that maybe you were just feeling overwhelmed in general, and so maybe you might have communicated to this person, but out of that feeling of being overwhelmed, you might have ended things when you didn't necessarily want to. But either way, it looks like there was some communication from your part in the past that might have led to an ending. All right, past energy on their side, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is Virgo energy here. So it looks like they were coming across with a more stable, steady energy in the past, and possibly at least attempting to build the energy of the connection between the two of you. Present energy on your side, we have the Prince of Arrows, so more Gemini energy here. And yeah, this could just be saying that now you might be feeling a lot more confident, right? Maybe whatever this was that was taking place for you guys in the past, maybe the energy of that has been lifted, and now you're just feeling a lot more lighter and ready to come forward to communicate to this person. So yeah, it could just be saying that. Given the fact that we've been dealing with Mercury retrograde, which is still in its post-shadow period, even though the retrograde itself came to an end, and now Venus retrograde is just wrapping up as well. Could just be saying that maybe you might have had an ending during those retrogrades, and now that those energies are settling, maybe you want to reopen the lines of communication with this person. Present energy on their side, we have the Queen of Wands. So this is Aries energy here, and what I'm really getting from this could just be saying that when you come back around, they might try to act like they're disinterested. If that's the case, I feel like it would be primarily an act. I feel like there is interest on their part, but maybe because things were left in the past, they might feel like now they might want to make you work for it a little bit to see if you're actually serious or not. But yeah, this could also just be saying that they might have actually been a little bit bored. Like, the reality of the situation was they might have actually been a little bit bored while you were gone. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Queen of Coins. So this is Capricorn energy here. And ultimately, if we look at the body language, it looks like she's looking over her shoulder, right? Somewhat leaning in the direction that the card's on the side, holding that coin. So it could just be saying that ultimately, after you guys come forward, right, it might be maybe try to reopen the lines of communication, especially if you do see that they seem to be resistant to it. This could just be saying that in the future, you might just ultimately decide, well, I put my cards on the table, and now you'll be given across that take it or leave it energy, right? We're like, okay, well, I did my part to try to reestablish a communication. Now it's up to them if they want to continue from here or not. Future energy on their side, we have the 9 of Swords. So yeah, could just be saying that ultimately they might start to, after a little bit of time passes, they might start to worry that, okay, yeah, maybe they shouldn't hold out for too long, because then it might end up resulting in a missed opportunity. So yeah, it's interesting. In a way, it seems like the two of you having a little bit of difficulty getting on the same page, but in a way, especially with the present and future energies, it almost looks like taking turns playing hard to get to an extent, but ultimately wanting the connection to continue. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Four of Arrows. So this is Libra energy here, and we are pretty much gonna have that Libra full moon now. So it could just be pointing to that, saying that maybe this is the time when you do feel like you would like to heal the connection between the two of you. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the King of Wands. So funny enough, this is Leo energy here. So for some of you, this could just be saying that, maybe they're giving a lot of thought to you. Maybe this is the energy that they see you embodying right now, where, like I said, maybe they felt like you're being a little bit selfish in the past and then coming back in the way you did, right? Maybe they were like, all right, well, I'm going to make them work for a little bit just to make sure that they're serious about coming forward again. But for others of you, given that this is Leo energy, for some of you might feel like this resembles your energy more and this would be the other person's. But doesn't necessarily have to be that. All right, we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll take a look at the Messages of Love Oracle card deck. I'm just going to give this a few shuffles. And what I'm going to do is I'll actually just cut the deck and pull a card. Actually, we'll take both since that tried to come with me too. And I'll do the same thing with the Wisdom Oracle. I'm just going to give this a few shuffles first, and then I'll put the deck down and cut the deck for that as well. Okay, so we'll take this card and get this out of the way. And we'll take a look at these Messages of Love cards first. So this was the first one. All right, we have Leap of Faith. It says, it's safe to make the move you're considering. So yeah, interesting there, right? So like I said, for a lot of you, given the energy we're seeing in the present on your side, it looks like you would be more likely to be the ones reopening the line of communication. So if it's one of those things that maybe you've been a little bit on the fence about that, I feel like this is saying that, it does look like the time would be good. All right, and we have self-care. It says clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. So interesting message there, right? So I feel like they could work together, right? So it could just be one of those things where it's like, hey, if you're thinking about making this move, maybe you need to clear your energy out first, right? Maybe take that as a sign. Then once you've done that, you can move forward. But in a way, the self-care almost takes me back to what we were saying with the Ten of Arrows, where I was saying maybe you guys were feeling a little bit overwhelmed in the past, right? So you might have actually ended this connection with them in the past, even if that necessarily wasn't your intention, but you were just feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the time. So this could ultimately be saying that maybe if you have gone through that self-care process because of that, and now you're coming across as more of the Knight of Swords, now it would be the right time. All right, and from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Yang. There's the artwork, and the number is 1. So yeah, so to me, we'll read the message in the book, but this seems to align with the Leap of Faith too. We'll see what it says. All right, the relationship message says circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of the heart, there is movement toward your highest good, so go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now is the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. So yeah, again, definitely seems to be a message there supporting action on your part. And like I said, at the very least, self-care seems like a lot of you have gone through that process, and now that you are in that energy to where you could come forward. But if you feel like you haven't quite wrapped it up yet, I feel like this is saying, just finish clearing out your energy. Then once you do feel comfortable in that regard, you come forward from there. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.